Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to my worshipful Guru, Swami Jyotirmananji Maharaj, to all the sages and saints of this world, and to you divine souls watching this satsang. Today we are going to study Sutra number 17 from the Samadhi Pad of Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, commentary by worshipful Swami Jyotirmayananda ji and narrated by Swami Nikhilananda. So let's get into Sutra number 17, and I need to tell you right up front, this is a very deep sutra because it's going to get into different stages of samadhi. So if you've been waiting for it, this is it. This is that sutra that will tell you the states of lower samadhi, and this video might be a little bit longer just because we want to make sure you fully comprehend and understand the different stages of samadhi. So I would like to let you know about that in advance. Typically I try to keep the videos 10 minutes or less, but this will be a longer video, so please enjoy this, and I hope you can find the little bit of extra time, and the rewards will be well worth it. As I always say, this is profound wisdom coming to you from the authentic sources. So if you like these videos, please subscribe, share, let your friends know. This is Sanatana Dharma, the profound wisdom of Sanatana Dharma, which we don't find these days much, because we are trying to, people are going all over the place in different spheres. So we are trying to bring you this condensed knowledge for serious aspirants. Sutra number 17, let's get into it. It says, Vitarka Vichara Ananda Asmita Anugamat Sampragyataha. Let's repeat. Vitarka Vichara Ananda Asmita Anugamat Sampragyataha. So vitarka means, tark means logic or using arguments. Vichar is reflective or deliberative contemplation. Ananda is joy or bliss. Asmita is that ego principle, that I am, amness pertaining to that source of the ego. And so consider that as the starting point of the ego, asmita. That's where the ego springs out of. Think of asmita as the seed, and your actual ego as the sprout and the tree that comes from it. Anugamat is called followed by, and sampragyata is the lower samadhi state. We are talking about a super consciousness, basically getting outside of the realities of the world process. And this is very much doable, as sage Patanjali teaches us. And in this sutra, he is going to discuss the different stages of samadhi. So, in this case, the intellect, due to its transparency, reveals the truth of the object of meditation in its different planes. So remember, the focus is to think of an object and then dissect it. So what Patanjali says is that it starts taking that object, and we will get into the different states of how we experience. So let's get into the deeper meaning. Sampragyat samadhi, as we said, of course, is the lower form of super consciousness. So that is followed by deliberation, reflection, joy, and amness. So there are 4 stages that we will go through, and this is what this shloka is, sutra, is going to explain in deeper depth. So samadhi is the experience of super consciousness that washes away all the impurities from the mirror of the mind. See, because we have dust on the mirror, we cannot see clearly, and when we start cleaning it through our sadhana, tapasya, practice, focus, it slowly starts to remove that dust, and as a result, the intuitive vision of samadhi becomes clearer. It's like that philosopher's stone which transforms the reasoning faculty into that of intuition, which is called pragya. That we don't get by getting big degrees or studying a lot of details. We get it by our tapasya, which we call penance and meditation, and God's grace. So Samadhi is the key to all higher attainments and divine manifestations. So when you see the images and stuff, those are the initial stages of Samadhi, as we will discuss in this shloka. But then these are all the the things that are to come. So these sutras that I am discussing with you, remember, Samadhi Pad is the more advanced stage. When we get to the Sadhana Pad, we will get to the initial stages, and even it's a refresher course for everybody, so those, including those who are just getting started. But Samadhi comes after Dhyana. Remember, Yam, Niyam, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. It's 8 steps in the for a new student who wants to learn everything at a step at a time. But this is assuming, Sadhana Pad assumes you already know those things, and now you are mainly focusing on the objects and trying to go to higher stages. So Samadhi comes Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So that's the 8th step, final step of all these spiritual practices we do. So dharana is fixing the mind on one point, where the thoughts are always deviating and we keep bringing our mind to the same thought again and again. When we are doing that, that is the 6th step, dharana. Then 7th is dhyana, if we are able to maintain the focus. And then samadhi is, in samadhi you do nothing, that it automatically becomes an outcome if you're able to focus your mind constantly. Let me use an example of a magnifying glass and the sun and the rays of the sun. So when the sun is shining, you take a magnifying glass and you put a piece of paper below it, and when you see the reflection of the ray of the sun on the paper, now the next step is to not shake your hand, to hold it very, very steady. And if you're able to hold it steady, then what do? Just keep holding and do nothing. And at one point, the heat through the magnifying glass going into the paper would become so intense that there is combustion, and all of a sudden the paper burns. And otherwise, see, the sun is there, the paper is there, and the magnifying glass is there. But unless we bring all three and we use that sun through the magnifying glass and the focus, we will not experience that combustion of that paper. So much in the same way, we do the same things within ourselves through samadhi. We focus on the divine self through the energy of our mind, and the rays are concentrated, and we take out all the distractions, and therefore there is that combustion where we do nothing and we get transformed into a samadhi or a superconscious absorption state of the meditation. So this is what I wanted to explain through this example, that samadhi is something totally outside of the normal worldly experiences that we see. So basically, meditation is revealed in various levels in the clear light of sattva. So as your sattva or purity starts to increase, remember, the reason we are doing all these penances, waking up early, purification, is so we can decontaminate ourselves. We have rajas and tamas, which is activity and inertia within us, and sattva also, but we have to increase the level of sattva and reduce rajas and tamas. And our progress, our spiritual progress, is directly proportional to the attempts made in purifying our sattva. So when we start doing that, we start to experience the lower samadhi, which is called sampragyata samadhi, and in this lower form of super consciousness, which ranges from the gross plane, physical objects, to the planes of asmita, or the sources of ego principle. So when the mind becomes increasingly pure by the practice of samadhi, a yogi ascends the higher steps of samadhi one after the other. So it comes in sequence. You'll first go through the first stage, then the second, third and fourth. So the yogi may choose any objects for his initial practice of meditation, but as he advances, he is led through the same stages of samadhi until he attains the highest. So it's like trying to graduate out of high school, then go into a university and then do other things and so on, and continue to advance. A salt doll, for example, whenever it's dropped in the ocean, it becomes one in the ocean. So doesn't matter when we do it, because salt's nature is to dissolve in the water. Even so, mind, which is our mind, whenever fixed or concentrated, wherever, ultimately leads one to the ascending steps of samadhi. So we'll eventually get there. What matters then is what is our intensity, how much effort we can put. So I think what I have decided to do, I know in the video initially I said this will be a long video, but I think in the interest of this subject matter, I will cover this sutra the next day, tomorrow, just because it is deep knowledge and I don't want to rush through it and then try to condense it all into one video. So I have just decided or made this decision that I will do the different types of lower samadhis, which is again sutra number 17. I will make two sections, part A and part B, and we will cover that tomorrow. So for now, just know what Sampragyat Samadhi is, what's to be expected, and what are the 4 stages of that samadhi we will discuss tomorrow. This is Swami Nikhilananda.